Hebrews chapter 2, verses 9 and 10. But we do see Jesus, who was made lower than the angels for a little while, now crowned with glory and honor because he suffered death, so that by the grace of God he might taste death for everyone. In bringing many sons and daughters to glory, it was fitting that God, for whom and through whom everything exists, should make the pioneer of their salvation perfect through what he suffered. There's a lot in these verses, but the theme or the idea I want us to focus on is this: avoiding a me-centered relationship with God. There's this little phrase in verse 10 that's so powerful. It says that we exist for God and we are sustained, or we exist through God. Now this is powerful and amazing because it says our existence, we are here because God wanted us here for his glory. But if we're not careful, we may actually begin to walk and talk and live in such a way that we exist for ourselves. It's all about us. And this is dangerous because when we live in a way that says it's all about us, we actually start to treat the King and Creator of this universe as our servant and as our slave. So there are all these different things that we want in this life. We want this relationship. We want that goal or that dream. We want this status. We want all these different things. And so we petition heaven so that all these things can come to pass in our lives. And not realizing it, we want these things to come to pass so that our will may be done on earth as it is in our mind. And I'm not saying that we should not pray for things. We should not pray for the job. We should not pray for the relationship. There are things that we have to go before the Lord in prayer about. But if your motive when you go to God in prayer is that your will must be done, then you've got the wrong motive. You have a me-centered relationship with God. And this is dangerous because the Bible tells us that we exist for God. When God created us, he created us for himself, for his own glory and his own pleasure. He created us and now he sustains us. We are sustained through God. We exist through God, by God. And so when we have a me-centered relationship, it is as if we created ourselves and now God says we go to God to sustain our goals, our dreams, and our desires. But that is a complete perversion of the true and proper order. We can't even breathe on our own. Our last breath is our last breath. So we have no right to claim a kingship that is not ours. We have to avoid the me-centered relationship with God. The right way to relate to God is this: God is king. He is the creator and the master of this entire universe. And I am a servant to the king. I am a son to the king. I am a daughter to the king. It's not all about me, but it's all about him. And until we recognize that this is the right way to relate to God, we will sit on a stolen throne. We will sit on that throne. We have usurped that throne by our own power, our own pride, our own prejudice, our own fears and doubts and worries. And we go out and we start to create a kingdom that was never intended to be. And we start to walk and talk and look and think and believe and act in certain ways that are contrary to what we even know are true. And so we lie, we cheat, we steal, we do all kinds of things that diminish and produce destruction in this world. Our pride, our covetousness, and our fears have usurped the throne from God. But the day that we realize that we're sitting in a stolen throne, and we humble ourselves, and we believe in the Lord Jesus Christ for who he is and what he did for us, and we get out of that place, and we allow God to take his place as king, then we can truly be sons and daughters and servants to the king. And then whatever reality that we wanted to create, we submit that and we surrender that to the one who knows how to hold all reality rightly, purely, and justly in his hands. Avoid the me-centered relationship with God. And let your relationship with God be one that's surrendered. No longer should you live as my will be done on earth as it is in my mind. But let your prayer and let the cry and the heartbeat of your life say that God is the king of my heart. And let his will be done in me as it is in heaven. He is king and I am servant. I'm a son. I'm a daughter to him. God bless you, and choose the right relationship with God.